It is a beautiful evening and a warm welcome live at the Hill in Pocket Hill Highlands, Harare, the capital city. This is the news at 8. I'm Liam Bernard with Noble Maongwa, interpreting the bulletin in sign language.
Indeed, it is a pleasant evening. Thank you for joining us. I am Yvonne Mukondani. Marilyn Ngwenya will join us from Montrose with part of the bulletin. But for now, let's take a look at the stories that we are leading with tonight. President Emmerson Mnangagwa says Harare is aiming for the Sunshine City through ongoing infrastructure developments.
And in business news, Treasury fine-tuning the new wealth tax policy before implementation.
And in sports, Dynamos through to the second preliminary round of the CAF Confederation Cup.
Those are our leading stories tonight. To begin with the first story, where His Excellency the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, says given the sprucing up of roads, streets and urban residents, the city should not relent as Harare seeks to reclaim the Sunshine City status of the yesteryear.
Let's get the details from our chief correspondent, Ruben Barwi.
Some of those Western countries who imposed illegal sanctions on the country at the turn of the century were hoping to bring suffering to the generality of Zimbabweans, in the end effecting resentment to the government of the day, thus effecting a regime change. Little did they know that the Zimbabwe revolution could not be stopped. President Emmerson Mnangagwa, as he presided over the groundbreaking ceremony in Marble Rain yesterday at the Hills Luxury Golf Estate, said Zimbabweans are building their country, brick upon brick, stone upon stone.
As we journey towards Vision 2030, I challenge fellow Zimbabweans, be it in the public or private sector, to boldly and correctly articulate our irreversible development agenda. Let us tell our story to the world and the current generations, so that they fully understand the progress and achievements we continue to make, even in the face of illegal sanctions and shocks such as climate change, among others. Inspired by our development mantra, Nyika inovakwa igotongwa igonamatirwa nani? Hallelujah. Let us, in every sector of the economy, continue taking up the challenge to build our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe, brick upon brick, and stone upon stone. This is more important, given that, as the descendants of the great Mnumtapa, we are builders who have the trait of hard, honest work in our DNA. Tisu wazukuru vevakavaka great Zimbabwe. Mukadai makangamwa.
So far, over 1.8 billion United States dollars of investments has landed on our shores, and he commended the Western properties in investing in real estate. A job well done, he said.
I commend West Properties for making the decision to continue investing in our economy, particularly in the housing and the human settlement development space. Furthermore, this is a testament to the private sector's confidence in the Second Republic's economic policies. The project is one of the building blocks for the company to realize 1 billion bricks into the ground, and will go a long way towards the realization of our national vision and aspects of the new urban agenda, as well as Sustainable Development Goal number 11 on sustainable cities and communities.
On a parting note, the President, Comrade Mnangagwa, said the provision of inclusive, safe urban facilities, including public spaces, roads, water, sewer, and waste management infrastructure, remains top priority for the Second Republic. Ruben Barwa, ZPC News, Harare.
Meanwhile, Harare residents have commended the government for funding the streetlights project in the Central Business District in a bid to bring back the city's sunshine status.
A local youth-owned firm has managed to light Harare streets in a project funded by government as the National Urban Renewal Project continues in line with the National Development One Policy Blueprint. This Friday, the Minister of Local Government and Public Works officially commissioned the successful implementation of the project on various streets of Harare.
I am happy to note that the contractors are local companies that government is empowering and contributing to the development of our country. This augurs well with our mantra, Nika Inova kwa neve nevayo. This project marks a significant milestone in our ongoing efforts to enhance the safety, security, and of the life of our citizens.
Mayor of Harare, Councillor Jacob Mafume, applauded government's efforts to renew the city to its sunshine city status.
We are trying to double down on the efforts. We are working together very well with the central government on increasing the ambience, the beauty of the city, and the efficiency of the city.
A youth-owned firm, Shiptrack, spearheaded the magnificent project.
We've managed to light Kwame Nkrumah. That is Kwame Nkrumah. It measures about 2.27 kilometers, of which it's a double-sided lighting. Then we've managed to light 5th Street. That is from Robert Mugabe to Josiah Tongogara, which is 1.9 kilometers, and it's a single-sided. Then we also managed to light 3rd Street from Robert Mugabe to Josiah Tongogara, which is 1.9 kilometers.
Harare residents welcomed the new night city look, with some saying they were tired of being mugged.
We are seeing the implementation of NDS 1. And one of the key components of NDS 1 is to make sure that there's accelerated infrastructure development. So we are seeing this into action. So we are happy that the central government did this.
The Second Republic, they're doing a very, very good job. You can see the roads are all bright, and I cannot name it. It's very good. Our president, whatever he's doing, can you please keep it up?
So far nikujika wakaita unongofila CF kufambisa every road maroads edu yese Kwame Nelson Mandela 5th wacho apana panongochazisa because even munhu ari kumberi kwako unongochitoona uchimaka movement kuti zvakadii.
Yanga iri nzvimbo yekuti unotodya kuti ufamba usiku asi takomborerwa nhasi tikapuwa zvakadai. Chitenda chinenge zvino mukuru wenyika iyo vaEG kuti zvamatitira zvinokudzwa.
In a very short space of time, the city of Harare has been greatly transformed, with its road network getting a complete facelift thanks to government's massive infrastructure roadmap. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Zimbabwe and Malawi are looking forward to strengthening their relations in terms of marketing and packaging their tourism products.
President Comrade Kembo Mohadi, who is in Malawi, visited Crocodile Farm and Lake Malawi in Salima district this Saturday. He was accompanied by Malawi's Minister of Tourism, Honorable Vera Kandukure, Zimbabwe's ambassador to Malawi, Dr. Nancy Saungweme, and other government officials. After touring the two tourism facilities, Vice President Comrade Mohadi emphasized the importance of collaboration between Zimbabwe and Malawi in packaging and marketing their tourism products.
She was briefing me on what they do under a portfolio in Malawi and how they are cooperating with our Minister of Tourism back home, with Minister Rosie. But I did emphasize to them that before they think of going regionally to market their countries, the two of them, they should bilaterally enhance tourism between Zimbabwe and Malawi. Charity begins home, and once that has been done, then they can go into the region now, and then maybe continentally and internationally.
Comrade Mohadi also highlighted the importance of investing in tourism for regional development.
We need to invest in the tourism in both areas. I did indicate to her that it's not only Victoria Falls that we have in Zimbabwe. We have other tourist attraction centers like the Great Zimbabwe, from which the country Zimbabwe's name is derived from, and many other places like Matopos. You can name them. So those can actually be marketed, and if they want to have a combo, then they can put together the attraction areas or areas of attraction, and then sell it as a package, both to the region and the world, so that we boost the tourism. Tourism is a pillar in terms of foreign currency earnings, because it brings in a lot of foreign currency earnings, and that foreign currency is also good into our own development, because it will enhance our GDP, and that way then we can grow our economies.
Malawi is looking forward to continue working with Zimbabwe in developing their tourism products.
We signed a memorandum of agreement between Zimbabwe and Malawi, and I think it's zeroing in on two key products. Number 2 is product development. Number 3 is joint destination marketing. So what we decided, I think when I met my counterpart, Honorable Rodzi, the Minister of Tourism in Zimbabwe, we met at WTM in London last year. What we decided was we don't want to be agreeing on so many things. Let's just agree on two key elements. What is it that we want to cooperate on? And one of the things was culture. So because our cultures are a little bit similar, so if we could coordinate on culture, the cultural component and the cultural tourism, and then we market it together. And then the other thing would be, I think, wildlife, and then other things would be other things that we will decide as we go along.
Crocodile is one of the largest crocodile farms in Malawi, with more than 10,000 crocodiles kept for their premium skins for export and meat, while Lake Malawi is also regarded as the jewel in the nation's tourism crown. Mes Matina, ZBC News, Salima.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa has appointed Mr. Albert Tagiwa Chikondo as a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs, and Ambassador Thaddeus Tafirenyika Chifamba as a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Environment, Climate and Welfare. In a statement, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya, said the appointments are with immediate effect.
In other news, one of the country's longest-serving Roman Catholic priests, Father Charles Mafurutu, has been honored with a celebratory moment after 50 years in service.
In a family of 9, where one member was a nun and one is a priest, the Gold and Silver Jubilee was a story of how the journey of faith has progressed in the clergyman's life. Many who turned out spoke glowingly of his story.
He has served at various missions in very difficult times in our history. He withstood the test of time and various seasons.
We are very grateful for the gift of Father Charles Mafurutu Swari, for being an example par excellence of the priesthood to us.
It was also a reflection of the life of a priest with deep ties to Zimbabwe's liberation history.
He picked me when I was in danger for many, many occasions. I can't mention them all. One of them, obviously, you have heard it. I was ordained in 1974. Those who know the history of Zimbabwe, even our honorable Vice President and others here, they know it was the thick of the war.
Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, who joined in the Golden Jubilee celebrations, says Father Mafurutu's service has not only been in church, but in the chaplaincy role with the Zimbabwe Defense Forces.
I want to commend you for remaining true to your vow of priestly vocation, your empathy for others, and your ability to navigate the difficulties of life with grace and resilience. This has made you a respected member of the Catholic Church and community, and we wish you many more years of service to the Church and the Lord as you continue to inspire generations to come. As a country, we continue to cherish the symbiotic relationship between government and the Church in our drive to uplift the lives of our people.
The Catholic Church has played a crucial development role in both pre- and post-independent Zimbabwe. Mshomuli Ncube, SADC News, Bulawayo.
The Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority, ZERA, is crafting a regulatory framework that will guide the quality of solar products finding their way into the country as it seeks to promote investment in renewable energy sources.
Stakeholders in the energy sector have converged in Harare for a pre-strategy meeting that will give policy direction in the formulation and improvement of a robust framework that will foster stability, investment, and sustainable growth in the energy sector. Players from industry highlighted some of the hurdles and gaps they feel should be addressed, including a competitive tariff regime for industry, which consumes about 500 to 600 megawatts of the country's electricity.
We still feel that the issue of the tariff levels as compared to regional tariffs, I know they've said we are on a near competitive platform, but we are in a global village. We cannot just say this is our energy mix, which is what they use to come up with the tariffs. This is our energy mix, these are our issues. We need to compare with the region, because when we are producing our products, they have to compete well, and energy is a very significant input into the production of our products.
Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority, ZERA, highlighted some measures being put forward to promote investment in the energy sector, with the introduction of regulatory framework on the importation of solar products imminent.
One area where we got some concerns from stakeholders from last year and the years before was issues to do with quality of solar products coming into the country. Then we realized that we had a gap in the regulations where solar was not designated as an energy source. We have since done that. So now we are now crafting regulations to ensure that the products which are coming into the country, solar products coming into the country, are of high quality. We have been working through the CBCA, which you are aware of, which sort of pre-inspects products which are coming into the country, but there hasn't been any teeth in terms of enforcement. So we've now done that to ensure that we can actually attend to such issues.
The engagement also delved on power purchase agreements and setting of tariffs for independent power producers, among other issues. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
Government has expressed optimism in curbing the effects of the El Nino-induced drought through adoption of the Wheat-Based Food Security Trust.
The effects of El Nino have been felt across the SADC region, with various interventions being made at regional level to cushion affected communities. Deputy Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, Honorable Evangelista Ritatos, recently revealed that government has adopted a wheat-based food security trust, which is sure to address cereal shortage challenges on the short and long-term basis.
To address the impacts of the El Nino, government has adopted a wheat-based food security trust, which is underpinned by the country's comparative advantage to promote wheat over maize in winter. For the current season, government has set a target of 120,000 hectares under wheat production. This target was surpassed as a total of 121,345 hectares is under irrigation. This will contribute to a targeted production of 600,000 metric tons of wheat, which will go a long way at replenishing our strategic grain reserve and also augment supply for social welfare grain distribution to vulnerable households. The focus is now on good agronomic practices that will ensure a good quality wheat crop. My ministry will continue assisting farmers with technical expertise through our ADRS team and other stakeholders to ensure that no one and no place is left behind.
Government has put in place strategies to mitigate the effects of the climate change-induced drought, and among them is administering of climate-proofed agriculture practices that includes provision of drought-resistant seed. Wellington Makonese, ZBC News, Harare.
Still in farming now, farmers in Borehole have stepped up efforts to protect their herd from the effects of the El Nino-induced drought, with government helping to mitigate food and water shortages.
As the climate change effects intensifies, with crop farming being the hardest hit, Borehole communities have successfully adopted strategies to protect their herd from the negative effects of the El Nino-induced drought. The Takaendesa family from Mondiwa village is among villagers producing livestock and poultry feeds from sickle bush, sausage tree and monkey bread trees found in local forests, with the ingredients mixed with fodder and urea to produce highly nutritional feeds.
Mbudzi dzedu idzi kuti dzive neutano tinodzipa chikafu chatinotsvaga musango, tochengeta sezvakaita majekesera.
Zvatinorima pafodha yedu tinorima velvet beans, labu, cowpeas, tinorima futi maraenzungwa nenyemba tinoya nawo pamba ndoatosanganisa chigadzirira fodha yedu. Zvatinotora musango tinotora matoti majekesera, totora vana vemupangara veminzwa, totora vana veminzwa imwe michena iyaya touya nawo futi. Totora mamvee aya atinoziva anore mamvee aya touya toakata-kata.
The local leadership and agriculture extension officers spoke on the positive impact of the strides by farmers and government in protecting livestock from the effects of drought.
Tinoda kutenda hurumende kuti vari kutipa zvinhu zvakafanana naurea zvekuti ukasanganisa zvinhu izvozvo nemiti oro nemashanga oro neuswa watinotora musango unokwanisa kugadzira chikafu chimwembe dzedu dzikararama.
Kutora masekesa kwakumagaya kuti mombe dzizo during the lean season yechikafu chemombe dzizokwanisa kurarama. Tiri kuona zvichibatsira zvikurusa paresilience.
Government is happy with the progress to adopt drought mitigation strategies, highlighting measures being taken to help farmers protect their livestock from the effects of drought.
Mawadhi ega ane mombe dziri at risk nemhaka yekuti hakuna mvura, hakuna zvekudya zvakakwana, tagadzira senda yatinoisa borehole ipapo, yatinoisa water trough ipapo, yatinobva taisa zvakare feeding trough. Tine 1035 mawazi ari at risk. Saka marigi ese iko zvino adirectwa kuti aende kuma-regions iwayo 4 ne5 kuti andodrilla maborehole ipapo.
The presidential silage scheme, the presidential legume pasture program and the presidential borehole drilling program are some of the initiatives introduced by government to mitigate water shortage and improve food formulation processes. Government has also introduced the Livestock Recovery and Growth Plan, a blueprint with strategies to improve livestock production and productivity. Kenya's Sifusion, ZBC News, Borehole.
Guruve residents have hailed government for providing them with alternative portable water sources.
Through the presidential borehole drilling scheme being implemented by the Zimbabwe National Water Authority ZINWA and contractors Prevail International Group of Companies, 11 solar-powered boreholes have been sunk in Guruve to ensure water supply to residents. The town, which is no stranger to water challenges in the previous months, once had its main water source, Dande River, contaminated by an accidental cyanide spillage from a local mining company. For the residents who now have prepaid water metering systems, they are appreciative of the development that has afforded them access to the precious liquid for free.
Vamwe vedu vanoenda kumabasa mvura yakapera pa prepaid meter anokwanisa kuya pa borehole kuzowana mvura yakachena.
Mvura yekujusa tachikoniwa tichitadzirira. Saka izvino tinovatenda baba Munangagwa nezvavakatiitira. Zvemvura izvi zvechibhorani izvi.
Vati washeni vati kuvana vechikoro kugeza mvura yekunwa zvese, saka kuti uzokwanisa kujusa zvaitiremera.
Kwedu kune chembere dzisingakwanisa kana kutoenda kutsime kurefu.
Prevail Group International Marketing Executive Mr. Rirodondo, whose firm has been contracted to drill the boreholes by government, believes the initiative has provided relief to the villagers.
Vanhu vanga vachiita dambudziko rokuwana mvura kuburikidza nekuti illegal mining activities anga achiitika munzvimbo idzi anga achizokonzeresa kuti mvura yavo isvibiswe nemachemicals akasiyana siyana. Asi kuburikidza nechirongwa ichi chaPresident Edi Mnangagwa, people now have safe water sources.
As government works towards the attainment of Vision 2030 of an upper middle income society, the presidential borehole sinking program is ensuring that all communities are afforded access to clean water for both domestic and agricultural use. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Guruve.
Russia is set to cooperate with Zimbabwe's education sector through human capital development as the two countries continue to deepen its bilateral ties.
Following engagements to enhance educational cooperation between the two countries, Russia's Perm State Humanitarian and Pedagogical University has entered into an agreement with the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, a move expected to enhance human capital development in the country. The partnership will see, among other developments, the training of local teachers in information technologies and artificial intelligence, among other elements.
This MOU will be centered on a wide format of cooperation. And one of the most important things which will be fixed in the MOU is teacher training under professional educational programs. Our cooperation will be also based on joint researches. We also are planning to organize joint international competitions in the sphere of IT and technology.
The cooperation will enhance the country's education sector as Zimbabwe implements its development agenda.
We have agreed to cooperate in terms of human capital development, where the Perm State Humanitarian University will do in-service training of our teachers who are already in the system. They are going to be trained here in Zimbabwe by the university, Perm State Humanitarian University. Other teachers may also be trained in Russia, training in artificial intelligence, so that they are able to roll out and implement the heritage-based 5.0 curriculum, which we have just introduced. The other area of cooperation is the twinning of technical schools with the technical schools in the Perm State in Russia.
To kickstart the journey, the Russian team handed over laptops to government, and at least 25 teachers are expected to start training this year. Patience Nyagado, SABC News, Harare.
Now remember, we have more news on our website, that is www.zabcnews.co.zw. You can also visit our YouTube channel. We are ZBC News Online. We also have a WhatsApp channel. You can follow us there. We are ZBC News Online.
Indeed, Yvonne, we are also active on our X channel, ZBC News Online. Do engage with us, follow us, and tell us your views. Stories ahead to come.
In business, Treasury fine-tuning the new wealth tax policy before implementation.
Much later in sports news, Dynamo's through to the second preliminary round of the CAF Confederation Cup. These and other stories to come, but just stay with us.
Say hello to seamless transactions and effortless convenience with the new Inbox Swipe Card. Swipe, tap, pay and go with confidence anywhere in Zimbabwe. Sign up for your Inbox Swipe Card at any Inbox booth nationwide today. Have you registered for Inbox yet? If not, dial *569# or download the Inbox app and redefine the way you bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the currency we've been waiting for. A currency that's not just paper and coins, but a symbol of Zimbabwe's rich resources and stability. That's Zimbabwe Gold. This is ZIG. Let's dive into what makes ZIG not just a new currency, but a new beginning for Zimbabwe's economy. ZIG is born out of a blend of traditional and innovative financial wisdom. Anchored in gold and precious metals, along with foreign currency reserves. This backing isn't just for show. It's a promise of stability and trust, ensuring that ZIG's value is as solid as the gold it's pegged to. From the bustling markets of Harare to the serene landscapes of rural Zimbabwe, ZIG is set to become the medium of exchange that's both reliable and accessible. With denominations ranging from ZIG 200 to ZIG 1 and even handy coins, it caters to every transaction, big or small. Transitioning to ZIG is a breeze. It's all about inclusivity, ensuring no one is left behind in Zimbabwe's financial renaissance. ZIG doesn't walk alone. It co-circulates with other foreign currencies under Zimbabwe's multi-currency system, enriching our financial landscape. It's a legal tender that not only simplifies transactions but also restores confidence in our economy, promising a future where stability and growth go hand in hand. So why ZIG? Because it's more than just money. It's a symbol of Zimbabwe's resilience, a step towards an economy where stability is the norm, and every Zimbabwean can look forward to a prosperous future. Welcome to the era of Zimbabwe Gold, where our currency is our pride.
The Minister of Health and Childcare, Honorable Dr. D.T. Mombeshora, Deputy Minister Honorable S.T. Kwilini, Permanent Secretary Dr. A.J.V. Maunganidze and staff extend their warmest congratulations to you, Your Excellency, on your esteemed appointment as Chair of the Southern African Development Community, SADC. Your assumption of the SADC chairmanship heralds a new era of collaboration poised to propel the region towards achieving its noble objectives. We are confident that your tenure will usher in a new era of growth, prosperity, and sustainable development for the SADC community and Africa. In the realm of healthcare, we eagerly anticipate enhanced regional synergy and knowledge sharing, leveraging collective expertise to surmount common challenges and optimize health outcomes for our citizens. Your leadership will undoubtedly catalyze innovative solutions, bolstering our collective response to emerging health threats and priorities, and ensuring that our region remains at the forefront of global health advancements. Your appointment is a testament to your visionary leadership and commitment to regional development. We are confident that your tenure will be marked by unprecedented achievements and prosperity for the SADC community. We wish you wisdom, foresight, and resounding success as you guide SADC towards unprecedented heights of achievement and prosperity. May your leadership be marked by quality and equity in health, leaving no one and no place behind. Makorokoto Amhlope. Congratulations.
You are still watching News at 8. Thank you for staying with us. Mozambican Revolutionary Party Frelimo has launched its general election campaign for Zimbabwe in Bindura as the country heads for polls on the 9th of October.
Frelimo has begun canvassing for support ahead of October 9 polls in Mozambique and dispatched a high-powered delegation to launch the party's election campaign for Zimbabwe. Frelimo Central Committee member Dulce Jemo urged hundreds of supporters who converged at Tendai Hall in Bindura this Saturday to vote for the Revolutionary Party in order to advance economic development.
The reason why we are here is to officially launch our campaign, and we believe and we know that the campaign is going to be successful, and the elections will also be successful and shall culminate with the election that is going to have the best son of the soil, the best of the best, no other than Daniel Francisco Chapo as a winner.
ZANU-PF has given full support to its revolutionary counterpart, and Bindura South legislator Honorable Remigio Matangira said Frelimo played a pivotal role for Zimbabwe to get independence.
Since my liberation movements, parties, tirikuruisiwa net the Western. So tigarega kubatana hapana chataita. One day Mozambique, one day Zimbabwe. One day Zimbabwe ngaibe, one day Mozambique sasa ilepo pakutanga.
Frelimo supporters resident in Zimbabwe welcomed the developmental message from their leadership, promising a resounding victory for the party.
Musangano wedu wafamba zvakanaka, tive nekubatana, tive nerudo kuitira kuti tiwine. Mutungamiri wedu chapo ave anowina kutungamirira nyika yedu yeMozambique.
Kutenda nhengo dzedu Central Committee, Central Brigade vabva kumaputo vauya kuzotipara kuti tira campaign launch yedu kuti titange kurova campaign. Say Youth League tofunga ta oiler our machine we are now geared for election. Tiri ready tiri kutarisira resounding victory.
Isu sezvizvarwa seMozambique tazvigamuchira nekugamuchirwa kwatakaitawo nemutungamiri wenyika yeZimbabwe vaED Mnangagwa kuti tora Zimbabwe neFrelimo tiri mapatya, saka tinoshandidzana tiri pamwe chete.
Musi wa 9 October 2024 tichivhotera president wedu na member of parliament. Aizvi zvatifadza sevana veMozambique asi takaberekerwa muno.
Mozambicans in the diaspora, including in Zimbabwe, are eligible to vote from their respective countries of residence. Hence, the election campaign will run throughout Zimbabwe from 24 August to 6 October. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Bindura.
From Bindura to the capital, we now take you to Montrose, where Marilyn Gwenya is on standby to take us on. Marilyn, it is a beautiful evening and it's over to you.
To you, Leanne. And now in our following report, thousands of people converged at the Gweru Showgrounds to observe the official opening of the Midlands Agricultural Show, while in Matabeleland South, people gathered for the 66th edition of the show.
With climate change threatening the very existence of the human race, there is consensus among exhibitors that adoption of modern technology may be the answer to the challenges brought about by the harsh climatic conditions. One such technology is an innovation by a student from Gwanda High, which was topical at this year's Matabeleland South Agriculture Show.
The proposal ukuthi since Zimbabwe lapha sesilama lithium mining industries amaningi siyakwanisa ukuzilungisela ama-battery, ama-lithium batteries abe eyiwo a-generator ipower ukuthi sihambise i-excavator yethu, so iyabe i-rechargeable from ama-solar panels, so iyabe i-charge ngapha i-operate.
This year's Agriculture Show also attracted exhibitors from South Africa.
Makado municipality and Gwanda municipality are twinning. They've got a very good relationship. Then as the show of the agriculture, then they decided to take us as farmers to come and learn many things and to share information with the farmers and the government of this side.
The 66th edition of the Agriculture Show laid bare the strides made by Matabeleland South in adopting smart agriculture.
Interventions are a need to survive in agriculture. Our experts have continued to research on best possible and quick interventions that will not leave our farmers crying.
In line with the theme, Smart Interventions in Agribusiness, our top priority, it is clear that no matter what odds and unfavorable weather conditions we may find ourselves in, our priority shall remain as agribusiness.
The guest of honor of the Agriculture Show, Colonel Miniotabu Baloyi Chiwenga, lauded the organizers of the exhibition for embracing and promoting smart agriculture.
I might say to our farmers, you have gone a lot through this season. Firstly, because of the El Nino-induced drought that saw the country not having enough rain. But you didn't give up as farmers. You were so determined, regardless of the fact that the rains were not enough. I want to thank you for that. Your spirit will go a long way to ensure that there is food security in Zimbabwe.
The 66th edition of the Matabeleland South Provincial Agriculture Show was running under the theme Smart Interventions in Agribusiness, our top priority.
The Midlands Agricultural Show, which has seen businesses and stakeholders from across the country converging to form synergies and expand their businesses, was officially opened this Saturday. Officiating at the event, businessman Mr. Clever Mandaza urged stakeholders to be futuristic in planning the expansion of their enterprises.
When businesses use new and smart ideas, they can not only just survive, but they also do really well and become well known. These new and smart ideas are what pushes us forward and helps us grow in a way that can last a long time.
Patron of the Midlands Show Society, Honorable July Moyo, urged stakeholders to have meaningful collaborations for them to expand.
The Midlands Show is more than just an event. It is a celebration of our potential and a reflection of our collective ambition. It is a reminder that with strategic innovation, there are no limits to what we can achieve.
The event witnessed businesses and government departments who took part in the exhibition of their products and services being awarded for their outstanding exhibitions, with Zim clinching the overall best prize for public and private entities. Tafaraj Kumira, ZBC News, Gweru.
Speaker of the National Assembly, Advocate Jacob Mudenda, has urged parliamentarians to defend the rule of law so as to foster a society where human rights are respected and safeguarded.
An induction workshop for the Portfolio Committee of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs and Thematic Committee of Human Rights held in Bulawayo this Saturday brought to fore the need for parliamentarians to handle their duties with utmost humility for the actualization of the socio-economic aspirations of the people of Zimbabwe.
It is poignant that in the execution of your constitutional mandate, be firmly alive to the fact that you are carrying your mandate under the authority graciously granted to you by the people of Zimbabwe and our Constitution. You are mere stewards. So am I of the people's political authority, and therefore you should zealously endeavor to actualize their social economic aspirations with utmost humility.
The Honourable Speaker of Parliament further elaborated on the need for parliamentarians in the justice system to uphold the rule of law and to respect human rights as Zimbabwe strives towards sustainable development.
There can be no peace without development. No development without peace. And no lasting peace or sustainable development without respect for human rights and the rule of law. When you have peace, then you can have development. And when you have got justice, everybody respecting each other's human rights, you are guaranteed that the people will work together in their search for prosperity. Indeed, sustainable economic development is predicated upon the realization of human rights as the anchor of consummated justice, as the ethical, philosophical idea that people are always to be treated impartially, fairly, properly, and reasonably by arbiters of the law.
The judiciary system has recorded various innovations under the Second Republic to ensure efficiency in the system, to promote transparency and inclusivity in service delivery. Grace Sibanda, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
Prison inmates from across the country got a rare opportunity to mix and mingle with relatives and other members of society during the Family Week established to promote rehabilitation and reintegration.
It was a memorable week for prison inmates in Mashonaland Central as they had a chance to interact for lengthy periods with family and relatives during the Family Week created by the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services ZBCS.
Nehama dziri kumusha dziri kufarira kuuya kuzoona hama dzavo kuno, saka nesu zviri kutifadza nokuti hama dzedu hadzisi kutisima kuti takapara mhosva kana kuti takaita zvakaipa, asi kutoti vari kuuya. Izvozvo zvinoita kuti nesuwo tisununguke.
Chirongwa ichi ndinochitenda nokuti chakatikoshera, chakandisunungukira kuti tagona kuonana zvakanaka, zvisiri zvokuonana tiri pakafenzi. Takasununguka kuonana tichikurukura tichitaura.
Ndenge ndichiona vanogara kumba nguva refu ndichinyatsotaura navo zvakasununguka.
Fanikeini zvinondipa kufara kukuru chaiko kwakanyanyisa. Ende kana kukanganwa kuti uri kumba hauzokanganwa ende hauzofunga zvakawanda, nokuti ukaona kudai unogona kutopedza kana 6 months munhu anenge ari mupfungwa dzako.
Apart from entertainment provided by a variety of groups comprising the prison band, inmates choir and nyau dancers, visitors also had the opportunity to provide goodies for the inmates.
Kufara nekuda kwekuti chirongwa ichi change chane makore anga anogona kusvika mana. Chakamboti miswei zvakonzerwa nezvirwere mapandemics atakasanganidzana nawo yakasiyana siyana anga asingatenderi kuti vanhu vaonekwe vachiungana.
At Guruve prison, a heartwarming story emerged after an inmate held his recently born twin babies for the first time since his wife was pregnant when he was incarcerated. Family Week was introduced by the ZBCS in 2017 to cement the bond between inmates and their families, ensuring those behind bars remain connected to their loved ones.
It was time to catch up and show love as hundreds of relatives and friends thronged the Marondra prison to be with their families as part of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services Family Week. ZBC News had time to interact with the families during visiting time. One of those visited is Ezekiel Chibongodze Enyameni, who is in remand prison awaiting trial for the murder of his wife and child in July. It was the first time he has had to come face to face with his relatives since he committed the offense.
Hama dzangu dzanga dziri kuda kunzwisisa kuti chii chakange chichiitika chakange chichitora nzvimbo kana kuti zvatingati zvikonzero zvakasvika pakuti mhaka inge ichiparika, mhosva inge ichiparika. Saka ndizvo zvatatora nguva tichionesana, ndichivaonesa vachibvunza zvangu vachida kunzwawo nekundidzoreredzawo.
Aiwa tautambira zvakanaka, tafara zvikuru, tawana mukana wekukurukura tichinzwisisana nekubatana panoitika chinhu munomborwadziwa nazvo, asi nekuti hurumende yatipa mukana wekuti tisangane tadzoredzanisa ukama hwedu, tanga tiri kungodya tiri pamwe chete. Tinongokumbira kuti dai zvangowanzwa mazuva zvirege kungoitwa kamwe chete pagore kana kuti kairi zviwedzerwe.
Saka tikuona kuti panapa vari kukwanisa kunge vachidzidziswa nekukwanisa kugamuchira kuti vanenge vakapara mhosva ende vari kuchengeteka zvakanaka.
The ZPCS says the Family Week is part of their rehabilitation program.
Family Week iri kutibatsira pa issue ye-reintegration. Inobatsira kuti vasungwa vedu nehama dzavo varambe vaine ukama hunoenderera mberi, uyezve musungwa kana achinge abuda aonekwe kusvikira.
The ZPCS Marondra Traditional Dance Group was on hand to provide entertainment, while those who had visited took time to capture the memorable events to share on social media.
Now it's back to the team at Pocket Hill Studios in Harare for more news, and Liane is on standby.
Many thanks, Marilyn. It's always a pleasure seeing you on the other side of the screen. Taking it up now from the capital, traditional leaders on SADC matters. This is where the we'll take it from the top. Traditional leaders from Matabeleland South Province have expressed confidence in President Emmerson Mnangagwa's assumption of the SADC chairmanship, saying it will propel a national and regional development. That report.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa's assumption of the chairmanship of the regional bloc has brought joy to villagers of Silozwe in Matobo District, Matabeleland South.
Kuyinto enhle kakhulu ukuthi umnyaka unaleyo wonke izinto zonke lezi ziyabe zihamba kuhle kithi.
Riyatakala ngamanda ngomnangagwa wana chidulo cha SADC. Ngori zvisumbedza uri vako rikhokhela nga ndila yone.
Ngina kwa tate Mnangagwa kube ndemasimba kuti bantu bose babhatane.
Traditional leaders have expressed their confidence in President Emmerson Mnangagwa's leadership.
Siyambonga kakhulu ubaba uPresident uEmmerson Mnangagwa ngokuphiwa isicoco sokukhokhela iSADC ngokuba nguchairman. Esikhangelela ukuthi ziningi inhlelo zentuthuko esizabalazo nxa ubabe sengene kulesi sihlalo ngoba isihlalo esiqhakatheke kakhulu ku Southern Africa.
Siyananzelela ukuthi umongameli usethethe isicoco eseSADC and esikutsho ukuthi thina simchayela ihlombe. Simchayela ihlombe. I'm also saying ukuthi as Zimbabweans singabantu beZimbabwe into lengiyethu sonkeni. Let us also use this chance to work together. Kube lokuthula and sifuqe ngamandla intuthuko esiyifunayo elizweni lethu.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa assumed the regional bloc's chairship during the 44th SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government held recently.
On that note, we take a short break. We will be back with business. Just stay with us.
The CEO and Executive Chairman of Geopomona Waste Management Private Limited, Dr. Dilesh Ngwaya, along with the management and staff, extend heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, on his appointment as SADC Chairperson for the year 2024-2025 and for successfully hosting the 44th SADC Summit. This achievement places Zimbabwe at the forefront of regional leadership. We are confident in His Excellency's ability to drive regional integration and sustainable development. Geopomona Waste Management is proud to support this vision as we work towards a cleaner and more prosperous future.
75 days since the last day of last season. We are ready to do it all again.
Upgrade to DSTV Compact for $30 a month to get all the football action you want.
The Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Mashonaland East Province, Honorable Dr. A. Munzwerengwi, the Secretary for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Mr. T. Kutama Hufa, Government Sector, Private Sector and People of Mashonaland East Province would like to congratulate His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, and the whole nation on his appointment to the SADC chairmanship. This significant milestone is testament to your exceptional leadership skills, vision and commitment towards promoting economic integration, peace and security in the region. We wish you continued success in your new leadership role and look forward to seeing development of sustainable economic growth in the SADC region. Once again, congratulations, Makorokoto Amhlophe.
Say hello to seamless transactions and effortless convenience with the new Inbucks Swipe Card. Swipe, tap, pay and go with confidence anywhere in Zimbabwe. Sign up for your Inbucks Swipe Card at any Inbucks booth nationwide today. Have you registered for Inbucks yet? If not, dial *569# or download the Inbucks app and redefine the way you bank. Terms and conditions apply.
A warm welcome back straight into business news now. Treasury says it is still consulting on the effective application of the new wealth tax introduced in the last year's budget policy presentation in a manner that suits international best practices.
Treasury introduced the wealth tax in the 2024 budget presentation among a host of other new taxes to tax property owners at 1% of the properties valued at more than $250,000. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion, Mr. George Guvamatanga, said at a post-midterm budget review meeting held recently in Harare that they are fine-tuning the new tax policy and are yet to implement it.
The only one which we still need to put into place the framework and the mechanism is the wealth tax that we have not started collecting, because there are some reviews that we've done, there are some case studies that we're also looking at before we then finalizing on that one.
He added that other new taxes introduced last year have strengthened the national fiscus.
They've actually catapulted the massive infrastructure development and investment that we have witnessed, especially over the past 6 months. We have literally utilized those resources from the additional taxes to make sure that we fund the infrastructure. So now that we've funded, I think, the roads, we are now turning to other sectors of our economy, like health. I think you will still be seeing also massive investment in health. We are also looking on the social welfare side to make sure that no one is hungry. We are also now preparing for the 2024-2025 agricultural season, making sure that the inputs are available.
The 100% adjustment in toll fees on premium roads has helped to facilitate the ongoing National Roads Rehabilitation Project, as the Zimbabwe National Roads Administration, ZINARA, is now constantly disbursing funds to local authorities for various roads projects. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
We'll take yet another short break. We will be back with sport.
Want to elevate your entertainment? Then add Showmax to your DSTV subscription at no extra cost. Showmax is not a TV channel. It's an on-demand video streaming service on showmax.com. To add Showmax to your DSTV subscription, simply use the My DSTV app. Select Add Showmax. The app screen will confirm that you qualify for Showmax at no extra cost as a DSTV premium subscriber. Now you can enjoy exclusive shows and movies. Add Showmax to elevate your entertainment.
Now, Dynamos are through to the second preliminary round of the CAF Confederation Cup on a 1-0 aggregate after playing out to a goalless draw against Zesco United of Zambia in the second leg of the round this Saturday.
Harare Giants Dynamos' journey in the CAF Confederation Cup has been extended after the Glamour Boys fought with determination to secure a 1-0 aggregate victory over Zesco United. After Tanaka Shandira gave the country's most successful football club the bragging rights last weekend with a 1-0 victory at the Gaborone National Stadium, Beito lines had been redrawn this Saturday, with Zesco United looking angry to overturn that result. The Zambian side showed intent but found very little success in breaking the Dynamos wall, which was concrete throughout the second leg at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. Dynamos held on to the final whistle with a solid defensive performance in the closing stages of the match to book an extension to their African Safari stay. The Lloyd Chigowe coached outfit will smile all the way to the next round of the competition after a decade-long absence from the Continental Club's tennis. Chigowe, who succeeded Genesis Mangombe last month, is proving to settle well at Timbare, having overseen 3 matches so far with a record of 2 draws and a single victory in that period. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News.
Way to go there, Dynamos. And our Simba Bora have moved to the summit of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League log standings after edging Bulawayo Chiefs by a 1-0 at Wadzanai Stadium today.
Simba Bora capitalized on FC Platinum's inactivity this Saturday after edging Bulawayo Chiefs 1-0 at Wadzanai Stadium to temporarily return to the top of the table. Walter Musona was the hero for the Shamva-based side, scoring his 8th goal of the season to ensure that his side will for at least 24 hours lead the PSL title race with 10 games before the season concludes. Musona is now 4th on the scorers charts behind teammate Timon Machope, the evergreen William Anonto, and the PSL's most valuable player, Kama Billiard. Struggling Arenal Movers were yet again on the receiving end as they succumbed to a 1-0 defeat to ZPC Kariba in their own backyard. Meanwhile, Yerentos kept off the day's action with a 2-1 victory over Green Fuel at Rufaro Stadium. The action continues this Sunday with FC Platinum seeking to retain pole position when they travel to Bikita Minerals. Chegutu Pirates will host Tiada at the Baobab Stadium, while Rufaro Stadium will host a spectacle when Cape United welcome Manika Diamonds to the ceremonial home of football. A Bulawayo derby between Chicken Inn and Islanders at Babafield Stadium concludes this Sunday's action. The matches involving defending champions Ngezi Platinum Stars and Dynamos were postponed to a later date as both teams are representing the country in respective CAF competitions. Reynald Ngwarati, ZBC News.
Zimbabwe champions Ngezi Platinum Stars are going all out attacking in their CAF Champions League preliminary round reverse encounter against AS Maniema Union this Sunday in Kinshasa.
Ngezi Platinum Stars and AS Maniema have played out to a goalless draw in the first leg of the preliminary round played in Zambia this past weekend. Despite having failed to find at the back of the net in their home encounter, the Zimbabwe champions are confident of scoring this time around.
We just need to play attacking football to make sure we get goals, because either it's a draw or it's a what. At the end of the day, there must be a winner. So from the onset, we make sure we have to play attacking football so that we can get goals. That's the only way for us to progress, and we really want to progress. It's not a secret. We are in the competition to compete and be counted and also represent our country.
Madamburo are determined to go through to the first round.
We want to win this game at all costs. It's a must win for us. There's no need to back down. We want to qualify for the second round. So everyone is ready for this game, and I know the boys can do it. We can do it as a team.
The match will be played at the 80,000-seater Stadium Matthias in Kinshasa and will kick off at 16:30 this Sunday. Lawrence Trusida, ZBC News, Harare.
A darts team is aiming for the gold medal at the Region 5 Championships in Eswatini.
And Central is dominating the women's national darts team with 4 players joining the team that will battle for honors at the Region 5 Darts Championships, which kick off in Eswatini from 24 August to 3 September. Sending off the players in Bindura on Friday, Mashonaland Central Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Christopher Magomo, who was represented by the Provincial Chief Accountant, Ms. Precious Chifamba, urged the players to excel for their country.
As you embark on this journey, we are filled with profound sense of gratitude and admiration. You are not only representing Mashonaland Central Province, but you are also carrying the hopes and aspirations of our entire nation on your shoulders. Your achievements will not only bring glory to our province, but will also inspire generations of young girls to follow in your footsteps and pursue their dreams in the world of sports.
National Darts Association of Zimbabwe Vice President Mrs. Jane Mushininga, who also plays for Bindura University, said the team is targeting the gold medal after getting bronze in the last tournament.
I'm so delighted to tokenda no representa nyika ko Eswatini. Vazhinji vanodoshuwira kupinda that tournament and kumirira nyika. Masarudziro akaitwa vanhu kupinda national team, pakaitwa Easter tournament, then poitwa Heroes tournament, so munhu anochuzwa by merit. So ndo mapindiro akaita Match Central, and Match Central ndine a bigger chunk in at least 4 vanhu vari kuenda kuEswatini. akanomiririra nyika.
The players who join other groups from youths to veterans on the road to Eswatini are playing a key role in changing the negative perceptions about darts and expressed a wish for establishment of more facilities to support the sport in order to attract people of all ages. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Pindura.
Well, that's all we had for you in sport. Great to see women representing in all areas. Now we have women doing great things in sport, particularly in the area of darts. Well done. Now let's take a look at what's up in the way of the weather with the Met Services Department.
Hello, welcome. Let's take a look at the weather details. Moisture from the cool southeasterly airflow has shifted further northeastwards, and as a result, partly cloudy and cool conditions were experienced over Manikal and Harare metropolitan, Mashonaland East, as well as central provinces, while the remaining areas had cold morning conditions under cloudless skies. However, it became warm across the country as the day progressed. As we get into Sunday, we're expecting brief cloudy and cool conditions over the northeastern districts of Zimbabwe, while elsewhere it should be warm for the greater part of the day, though cold in the morning and towards the evening. Now as we get into Sunday, it should be mostly sunny and warm, though cold in the morning and towards the evening. The satellite image showing clouds making their way out of the country as we get into Sunday evening. Moving on, our lows tonight, we're expecting a little bit lower temperatures over the Manicaland provinces, cool conditions over most parts of Zimbabwe, and mild conditions to the northwestern parts over Victoria Falls as well as Kariba area there. And for our maximums, we're expecting slightly higher temperatures over the southern parts of the country, and elsewhere they should range in their early 30s with partly cloudy conditions over the northeastern parts of Zimbabwe. Now moving on, Bulawayo is forecast to have mild morning conditions, becoming warm by the afternoon under sunny skies, getting windy on Friday. Chinoi should be briefly cloudy on most parts of the days of the week, mild in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. As for Gwanda, should be sunny throughout the forecast period and should get windy from Thursday through Friday. Gweru sunny throughout the week, windy on Friday, and slightly lower minimum temperatures on Friday as well. Harare should be briefly cloudy Sunday into Monday, cool morning conditions and warm afternoons throughout the week. As for Kadoma, should be briefly cloudy on Sunday, and Wednesdays mild morning conditions and warm afternoons. And moving on, Kariba should be briefly cloudy from Sunday into Monday, mild morning conditions, becoming warm by the afternoon. And Lupani should be mild in the morning and getting warmer by the afternoon under sunny skies. And moving on, Kwekwe should be mostly sunny for the greater part of the week. Windy Friday, cool morning conditions and warm afternoons. As we move on, Mashingo is forecast to have sunny conditions throughout the week, cool morning conditions, becoming warm by the afternoon. As for Matopo, should be sunny throughout the forecast period, windy from Thursday through Saturday, cool morning conditions and warm afternoons. And moving on, Nyanga is forecast to have cold conditions throughout the week with warm afternoons under mostly sunny conditions. Now moving on, Victoria Falls is forecast to have sunny conditions for the greater part of the week, mild in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. That's all from the weather news today. Thank you for watching. Christine Savanda signing out.
Many thanks to the Met Department there for the way of the weather. Well, that's a wrap on the news at 8 from us here at Pocket Hill as well as Montrose.
Good night.
Good night.
Another Chance, Nyakshela Mpincha.
Welcome to Another Chance, a program that seeks to bridge the gap between the offenders and the offended. In this episode, we delve into the critical issue of child protection. Offenders can find